And with that ether bracelet, we are now up to 61 magic. Apparently nothing all that significant there, but doing some more ether bracelets. I have close to a 2 mil cash stack. I'm going to hit that at some point during this session, but going to get on with the questing here soon. Just saw a decent margin, so, you know, had to take note of it. Would you look at that first 2 mil cash stack I've seen on this account? That brings us up to about 2.3 mil overall. Feeling pretty good. Think I'm about done there, though. Going to do a little bit more fletching. I guess it's my guilty pleasure. Closing in on 67 at the moment. So for those of you now that may be inclined to RuneScape and know a little bit about most of the skills, you'll know at this point I could be doing you short bows. I get you short bows at 65. I can do them then, and however, I'm still not. I'm doing maple longbows, and that's because basically the XP difference between the two isn't that significant, and the GP cost is, these actually cost a decent bit to be able to make, while these make you a little bit of money. So I've calculated that out before, and I found these to be better. So in case you're wondering, that is why I am currently doing it that way. Well, I just got done dancing with a monk, and this imp actually joined us in here. He was pretty ashamed of the whole thing, and he's hiding in the corner. But finished off Monk's friend. I accidentally just recorded this clip with a muted mic. So here we go. This should be it. First pet in old school RuneScape. There we go. I hate that joke every time someone makes it. Oh yeah, I also got 1 quest point and some cooking XP that doesn't get me a level, but another quest point. Alright, I've now learned how to handle the herb. Ready to go. 4 quest points. That was a 3-minute long quest, my god. I'll take it. Decided to go help out the Zamorak Mage and kind of finish off the little side quest Rune Mysteries. So upon doing that mini quest, what you have unlocked is the access to the Abyss, but in addition to that, you also have another money-making method. Let me get these screen markers off my screen. And that money-making method is buying death runes over here at the Mage of Zamorak. Now, there is an inherent risk here, that's that you're at level 5 Wilderness with 2.3 mil on you, or however much you're bringing here. I mean, the odds of me finding some level 55 here that's ready to end my day is probably pretty low, I'd imagine. So we'll just be trading around and seeing what kind of money we can make. Basically, you make money by buying death runes here. You hop world to world. I'll try to find a world that has a somewhat decent stock so we can get an example. Alright, so for an example of what we are doing, basically, let me put all of this cash and all these death runes in the same inventory. Right now, we're at 2.31 mil. Now I'm going to buy a world full of death runes, and you'll be able to see how much I can make. One of the problems here is these skeletons aren't very kind to you, so you kind of have to, you know, get in at the right time. But I'm going to buy them till about right there at about 200 or around there. And basically, I hopped 1 time, and I made a total of 8.6k in 1 world hop. So that's the kind of money you can make out here. You can make a little more if there's less people, but I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more of this. So we're starting this trip with 2.3 mil. We'll see what we end it with. Here I am back after a trip up there at the Zamorak Mage. So now I have what is close to 10k death runes. So from what I can see, I can sell death runes at 290 GP. I started with 2.3 mil, so this means I made 600k doing that. And honestly, it was not that long. This is definitely the best money-making method I've done yet. The bracelets were really good to high alch, but those were more of a mage / money-making method. This is purely money. So back from another trip. This one was actually kind of spaced out. There was a decent amount of people here sometimes, so I just kind of get off and go here and there. I really couldn't time anything, but did make some money. I have to sell off a shark so I can actually see what the prices of these things are. Towards the end of my trip, I realized it's actually kind of worth it to buy some chaos runes as well, so I'll be doing that in the future. As for now, though, we have a death rune, lots of death runes, close to 12k that I can sell for 293 GP, which is really nice. So that is 3.43 mil, and the chaos rune as well. I mean, the chaos rune's at like another 12k. All in all, that brings us to 3.45 mil, and I started this with close to 2.85. So I made another 600k once this all sells. I have more than enough for a bond at this point, which is really nice too, considering I have 8 days of membership left, and I'm feeling real good. So here I am doing a little bit of crafting. This will be the first level, which is 34 crafting. Basically what I'm doing right now is I bought the supplies for 600 burning amulets, which is kind of a way to make money by doing crafting. However, I didn't notice that the level required was 45. I got confused because the necklaces are actually 32, but the amulets for topaz are 45. So I have to get 45 crafting. Basically, I just made close to 300k doing some more of the ether method. I got very close to 62 3.2 magic. And overall, my banks, I mean, there's 3.2 mil right there and another 800k right here in a flip. So in total, 4 mil. Gonna make a little bit of money on these burning amulets. I'll show you guys how to do that once I get 45 crafting though, here in a second. All right, so here we go. This is going to be 50 crafting. Actually came back towards the end, I guess, of the beginning process of making these. Basically, you start off by using red topaz and a silver bar together once you have 45 crafting, and you make topaz amulets unstrung. From there, there's another 2 steps before you can sell them. Those 2 steps being what I will show you now at the bank. So you can grab a piece of wool, which then you can use it on the amulet, and that will make the 2 combined into an amulet. And then from there, with a cosmic rune and the level 49 magic unlocked, level 3 enchant, you can actually be able to charge them, which then they are burning amulets. So all the things that I use to be able to make one of these amulets are here in this price check, 4.9k in total. And then one of these amulets currently is 5.5k, which looks like a 600 GP profit, but I actually tested out what you could sell these for a second ago, and it's about 250 GP higher than that. So about 850 GP profit per necklace. I mean, ultimately I'm making 500k here, which should about pay off for the cost of me getting all the way to what'll be about 51 crafting. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's a good little way to gain our stats, and now I have this moneymaker for the future that I can use as I please. We'll get a little bit of magic XP doing this, so I'll be back with the level here in a second. And there we go, there is the level that I was talking about that unlocks this wind wave. I mean, our mage has really gotten up there. Like at this point, we have unlocked spells up until this point of the spell book. I mean, it looks like 65%, something like that. I mean, that's a good bit of the spell book. And obviously, we're slowly unlocking stuff in other spell books, which is helpful. Right now, I mean, honestly, the mage XP for this stuff really isn't bad if I wasn't lagging. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a little rough today as far as the internet goes, but I did also get 51 crafting, and at this point I have another 500 to go. I don't think I will get any more levels. No, I'll get very close to another, but we will be back, and we'll see how much money we have then. Alright, so while I was waiting for my burning amulets to sell, basically I didn't have any cash, I didn't have anything I could do to make money, so I was like, well, what's the next best thing to do? And obviously I came to agility. Agility is a skill that helps you run a little better. You also need it to get around obstacles in the game, and I mean, it really is something that's kind of good to do early on. Eventually I want to get a full graceful set, which you need about 60 to be able to do, but there is 10. I got this up here at the Tree Gnome Stronghold. Basically I teleport to the Ranging Guild with a combat bracelet right over here, and then ran about up into here. And yeah, this is where I'm going from 1 to 10. My necklaces have sold though, so I'm gonna go grab those. But yeah, so I did wait and actually slow sell them. As you can see, I looked once and they were this high, and then I looked again and they were 250 GP less. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait to sell them, you know, save myself another 150k or so. In total, close to a 4 mil cash stack right there in our bank. We also have another 200k, which means we are close to probably about a 4.1 mil bank in total. Gonna go out there and take another look at the death runes. If they have decent profits right now, I guess I will take it. And we'll try to run this cash stack into death runes real quick. And there we go, done with that trip. Basically, I had 3.8 mil. As we saw, I'm just gonna insta-sell these, and I mean, I'll be fine with whatever profit I make there. The death runes, however, I'm gonna check the margin on. I think I'm just gonna insta-sell them for 286. I mean, I'm only losing 30k, and I get the money back, so I get to go do more, but yeah, I turned 3.8 mil into pretty much 4.8 mil. So obviously a very good money-making method. And if I do it again, I think I should be coming out of this with 6 mil. But yeah, I had all the worlds for myself. It's definitely one that if there's a lot of people doing it, it's really hard. But if you're there by yourself, it is incredible. So I'm going to go back out there, make a little bit more cash, almost at a 5 mil bank total. This is nuts. Here we go. This is going to be it. Last trip for another set of death runes. I mean, I'm just killing it out here. Honestly, if I'm making this much money, you know, I can't really stop. I can't convince myself not to. But we'll see how much we can sell these for. At the moment, currently looking like close to 6 mil, very close. So yeah, I think I can sell them for 1 GP below med at the moment, which would bring me in 5.92 mil. That is absolutely nuts, especially considering, you know, I just had 4.8 mil a little bit ago, very close to 6 mil. Right there, and then in our bank we have just a little scraps at close to 200k. If you guys are wondering, I guess, why I've kind of been doing so much GP grinding and not as much stats grinding this episode, I've probably only gotten like 40 total levels, and that's because a lot of this lower stuff I can do at any moment. So it doesn't really benefit me to do it early on into my members' experience any more than anything else does. And to be able to have more extra side cash is very, very good, considering, you know, here soon I am going to need another bond, and I don't want to feel like that bond is resetting me at all. Like, it's not setting me back to the point to where I have 1 mil, you know, or to the point to where I have nothing. I'd much rather have to pay for that bond and then have a backup 6 or 7 mil, and then in the next bond I can even build it higher. So ultimately, I think it's really beneficial for people to focus on cash early on into their first bond, really work hard at it, and then from there you'll have yourself set up a lot better going forward. All right, so this is marking off yet another inventory done of this. Like, I don't know, I'm just kind of, I'm making decent money doing it, so I figure I may as well keep going. I mean, our stack is now up to like 25.2k, which is the crazy part. Like, we've just been building it on top of itself at this point. However, now I think I might be done, at least for a little bit. I'm gonna go do some other stuff. I've made enough money here. I'm gonna flip a little bit on the side. That's so much cash, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go get some more stats up though, and we'll make a little bit on the side. Lost in the process of agility, got to 20, that is that. I started collecting some marks of grace, which are the non-tradable items that you can kind of collect doing agility on the rooftops. You find them here and there as they appear, and you can save them up for a outfit that eventually kind of saves you a lot of run energy, so that's a real long-term goal. You need more than a couple hundred, I'm not sure on the exact amount, but it is a decent ways away, by all means. Back again a little later, probably not what you expected, but this is 32 herb lore. So I did end up getting 21 agility. I'm very close to 22. Decided then to go and do a little easy skill here in herb lore that basically, to kind of introduce it, basically you make potions with the skill of herb lore, and also you clean herbs. So cleaning herbs is a process of just taking a grimy rayonar weed and turning it into a rayonar weed. You get 8 XP per one for these, and it obviously varies depending on your best one. Typically potions are better to make for XP, but potions are a little bit more expensive. So right now I'm just opting for some clean herbs. Also kind of working on my clicks a little bit, you know. But yeah, up to 32. This will unlock us a money-making method as well that I guess I'll show you right now. So there are two parts to making a potion. Basically, the first one is using a vial of water on the herb, and then the second one is the secondary ingredient. At this first stage, you don't get any XP for making this, so not a lot of people like to do it. Instead, they'd rather buy it like this, which means it's profitable to actually just make these. Currently, if I buy one of these, we can see what it buys for, and that is 8k155. And then the price for a grimy rayonar weed is 7.94k, which means we're profiting 200 GP per one. That's not really too much GP profit for me right now, but if you try to get ones that have better margins at the time, you can look to get closer to 300 to 400 GP profit per one, which makes it a lot more worth your time. Oh man, here we are, back again. even more death runes, you know, I just can't get enough of them. Had to do one more trip. I'm just trying to get as much cash as I can, you know, it's the struggle. So right now, selling those off, 6.5 mil, I have 2 mil right here. Should be close to 8.5 mil total, and yeah, this goes quick. And yeah, just like that, they all sold, and I sold the extra raynars we had. So that brings us to an 8.5 mil bank. In total, 8.87 mil. That is nuts. Close to a 9 mil bank is where we're gonna end off this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. Next episode, we will be working with the 9 mil bank, and we're definitely gonna hit 10 mil, obviously. But I'm gonna focus a lot more on skills and quests and try to level up the account along with progress the cash stack on the side. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. If there's anything you want to tell me, any questions you have about creating your account, let me know in the comments down below. In future episodes, I'll take a couple and I'll put them in the next ones and answer some that I think are really universal. And in addition to that, if you enjoy the series, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more. So that is going to be it for me today. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.